Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the HighLevel Release Radar, where we sit down with the product team to talk about new releases. And today I'm excited to be joined once again by Reshma Kris. She is the product manager for feature sets that we all know and love, like the prospecting tool, Reputation, YEXT, and WordPress. Reshma, thanks so much for coming back on.
Yeah, it's great to be here again, Chase.
I'm excited to have you on today because I want to talk about a very specific release that your team recently put out, which is the ability for AI to automatically reply to new reviews. And I think this is a feature that is incredibly powerful for a couple of reasons. And the first is that Google loves it, right? Like you can go research SEO, and it's just seems to be a common fact that businesses that reply to the reviews tend to do better, right? It shows that you're an engaged business. And I also think there's some psychological effect there that when you see that a business replies to reviews, you're more likely to leave a review yourself because people love to feel interaction, right? And so
Yes.
now we can have AI actually do it for us. And I've been surprised at how well it does.
So the feature in itself is very great. Like we are also continuously monitoring the responses that it is sending out, and it is pretty awesome. In normal time, we have to put in a lot of time and effort to come up with these responses, but the review AI just sends them out in seconds, and it's pretty good. So I think everyone who have not tried it yet have to check out the reviews AI.
Yeah, and you can take a look at the high level reviews. If you just Google high level, not highlevel.com, you'll see our Google business profile pop up. You can click into our reviews and you'll see all the latest reviews are replied to by our AI, and it does an amazing job. So I was reading through them the other day, and if you write in and you're like, "Oh, I just had a great chat with," and you name somebody's name, like on the support team, they did a great job for me.
Yes.
The AI will incorporate that in the reply. It'll be like, "Oh, thanks, Chase. We're so happy you had a great experience with Ian on the support team. We'll be sure to let him know. If there's anything else you need, we're here for you." Like it just does a really good job mimicking how we would really reply, even
Yes.
with the bad reviews, right? Like I've seen some great replies to bad reviews as well.
Yes, the prompts that we have set up are like very solid and robust. So the system picks it up very quickly, and whenever it's generating any response, it's like near perfect. So it's pretty good.
Now, in the settings though, you can tell it to only reply to good reviews if you want, right?
Yes. So we have a settings in auto responses. So there are two things when it comes to settings. One is the suggestive mode and one is the auto response mode. So when you click on suggestive mode, you will have an AI reply option on all of your reviews. You can click on it and it will give you some responses. And if you're not liking the generated response, you can edit on top of it and send. But in the automated response, which is the most efficient way out of both, you have certain settings, and one of that is, of course, you can select for which reviews you have to send. So is it 1 star or above, 2 star or above, 3 star or above? So you can just customize that. And on top of that, you can select for which source you should send. Is it for Google or Facebook? And the third thing is also the timing. So you don't want the system to send it out as soon as you get a response, right? So you can set it like, say, for example, after the response received 1 hour or 2 hour later, the reviews should go out. You can customize that as well. And that you can also add the footer, like you can add a thank you message or your business name and address or phone number, which you want to be incorporated in every review. So you can customize a lot of things when it comes to the automated responses.
That's awesome. It's nice to have all those choices. But I got to say, like if you haven't told your clients to at least turn on suggestive, you should do that so that they'll see how good it is and
Yes.
that eventually they'll probably be willing to just turn it fully on. I have a friend who has a restaurant and he gets so upset about for years I've been telling him you got to reply to your reviews, and he's like, "Yeah, but when there's a negative one it just drives me crazy and I get so upset and like I can't even deal with it." So when this came out, I told him about it and turned it on for him, and like a week later, he got a negative review and it did such a good job. He was thrilled. He literally high fived me. He's like, "I don't have to read a negative review ever again. And I know that this is somebody's, the AI is going to do a good job replying to it way better than I ever would have because I get mad and I like fight back against the negative review." And so
Mhm.
he was absolutely thrilled. So that's really why I think this is so important is for the SaaSpreneur. This is another automated feature that has a ton of value. So I think the automated offer just got stronger with this one feature. And so I hope everybody understands that. And I hope you see the value here and you go back to your clients and upsell them in automated reviews, get them using it. They're going to love it. It's one more thing that once it's turned on, it just runs itself, but we get to collect the revenue from the value of that, right? And I think this is just a great example of a beautiful SaaSpreneur feature that your team just rolled out.
Yes, and one more thing is whenever any business is scaling up, customer engagement becomes the primary thing that they have to concentrate on. And with the help of reviews AI, that is like one thing out of your hat, like it's already been taken care of. So it's an add-on for any business who want to scale up and also be on top of the customer engagement game. And the good thing for agencies is they can rebill it to any amount for the sub accounts. So currently it's around 8 cents per response, but you can rebill it once again for your businesses. So that's again a good point.
That's right. You can rebuild the AI piece of it. And I
Mhm.
think in general, the reputation product just got a lot stronger, right? Because in the past, it was like, oh, reviews come in and you can easily reply to them. And now it's like, oh, we can actually have AI automatically reply for you. And so you don't even have to do it. And now we also have the ability to turn reviews into social posts. So I know that's not your team, but I think it's worth mentioning that if you haven't checked that out as well, in the social planner, you can turn on where it will automatically take positive reviews and turn them into nice looking social posts and schedule those out. So I think the reputation product as a whole got a huge level up at the summit. And thanks in part to your team. So please pass along the kudos for a great job on this new release.
Yeah, sure, Chase. Our developers have worked night and day on this. So yeah, I will pass it on for sure.
Awesome. So what's coming next that you're most excited about?
Okay, so there's one more feature that we wanted to talk about for reputation management, which has gone under the radar, and that is review widget. So we already had review widget, but we have customized it so much. So the people can now customize the layout, the appearance. Do you want it in the light theme or in the dark theme? And if you want it to be similar to how your website is, so everything can be customized. And we are also soon gonna come up with how we can remove the negative review part of it. So everything is in the picture. The enhancement will be coming up more for review widget. And I think review widget is also one thing where we have customized it so much from how it was before. And that's one good thing. And we have so much in plans for reputation management in the upcoming future. The one thing is we are actively trying to integrate other platforms other than Google and Facebook. So it will be Yelp and
Mm.
every other platform. So you can manage all your reviews at one place. So that's the first priority. And we are also actively working on connecting multiple GMB and FB pages. So if any business have multiple GMB or FB pages, all your reviews, you can manage it at
Oh,
one place. You can send review requests for all of these. So that's one add-on. And also we are planning for email builder integration. Currently, the email which are sent out is pretty static. And if you are clicking on something like recurring emails, every template is the same. So we are massively trying to improve this. We are integrating the email builder, and also you will be able to save templates, which means that the first email will be different, the second email will be different. So you can play around with the email builder. So these are some exciting updates for reputation management.
that's awesome. And I'm glad you pointed out the widget. The widget is got a huge upgrade. If you haven't gone and played with the new reviews widget, the abilities, the look and feel of it is incredible. It's super modern now. That same friend, we went and replaced an elf site widget that he was using with the new widget builder because it looks so good now. You can toggle off things like reviews that don't have text, that's just like a star rating. So those like empty looking reviews, you can filter those out. And as Reshma mentioned, this is awesome. Was just talking to the legal team about this the other day, and I was so happy they gave the approval for us to build it out where you could filter out negative reviews from the widget if you want, which is not legal in the US, but in a lot of places in the world it is. And so we're going to give you that ability to do so in the near future. Some of the other stuff that you mentioned, like bringing in reviews from Yelp and other sources, is going to be fantastic. I know a lot of people are really excited about that. Folks in the restaurant world, I know there's a lot of medical specific review sites that people want to pull in reviews from. So that's awesome. Well, Reshma, I know that you've got to get back to it, but please let the team know how much we appreciate the great work. And I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Sure, sure, Chase. Thanks a
Oh,
lot, and thanks for.
awesome. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next one.